شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير حج محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وشر أمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أعاذ الله وإياكم من النار. يا أيها الإخوة والأخوات أوصيكم جميعا ونفسي بتقوى الله جل وعلا كما أمرنا الله جل وعلا في كتابه. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله. الآية. Oh brothers and sisters in Islam, I advise you all as well as myself with the fear of Allah, just as Allah Jalla wa Ala has ordered us in His book when He said, "O you who believe, fear Allah." Al-Ayah. Alhamdulillah, we have for the past two khutbahs, we've been going over the tremendous hadith that's been narrated by Muslim from Abu Hurayrah, that's been collected by Muslim and narrated by Abu Hurayrah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, where he mentioned that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Haqqu Muslim ala Muslim khamsa." وفي رواية أخرى ستة. Where he said the right of a Muslim brother over another Muslim, or the right of a Muslim upon another Muslim, are 5. In another narration, he mentioned there are 6. And he mentioned in the first narration, Raddu Salam, meaning what? That it is wajib, as we learned when we went over the Haqqul Awwal, the first right that your brother have over you is that when you salam, when you extend the greetings to him, that Raddu Salam, that they what? It become wajib that you have to return the greetings. You have to return the greetings. وَعِيَادَةُ الْمَرِيضِ, and that you visit the sick. And we went over that in detail, alhamdulillah, which is al-Haqqul Thani, which is the second right that your brother have over you. Now, alhamdulillah, we have reached up to Haqqul Thalith, dealing with the third right, which is وَاتِّبَاعُ الْجَنَائِزِ. وَاتِّبَاعُ الْجَنَائِزِ, following the funeral procession. Following the funeral procession. بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ جَلَّ وَعَلَى. In the rest of the hadith he mentioned, وَإِذَا دَعَاكَ فَعَجِبْهُ, and when he extended an invitation to you, then you answer his invitation. When he or she extend an invitation to you, you answer it. As well as he said, وَإِذَا عَطِشَ فَشَمِّتْهُ فَحَمِدَ اللَّهُ فَشَمِّتْهُ. As the Prophet ﷺ said, and when one of you sneezes and praises Allah Jalla wa Ala, then let that individual say to the one who sneezes, Ya Rahmatullah, may Allah have mercy upon you. وقال الشيخ تيمية رحمة الله تعالى عليه, touching upon al-Haqqul Thalith, the third right, and pay attention to this right, bi'idhnillah. As we mentioned before, that the rights of the Muslim upon another Muslim are kathir. There are many, and there are some that are obligatory, and there are some that are recommended, and then there are some that are mustahab. As we say recommended, there are some that which is mubah, permissible. He said, "Amma Haqqul Thalith," for the third right, which is for huwa ittiba'u janaiz, which is following the funeral procession, وتشجيعها, and encouraging one to do so. فإن من حق المسلم على أخيه يتبع جنازته من بيته إلى المصلى. He said, from the rights of a Muslim upon his brother is that he follow his funeral procession, meaning his janazah, from his house to the musalla. سواء في المسجد أو في مكان آخر. It's the same whether it take place in the masjid or in another place. إلى مقبرة, until the grave, until he reached the what? The grave. وقد ثبت أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال, and it has been confirmed, it has been established from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم that he said, من شهد جنازة, whoever witness, whoever attends a janazah, حتى يصلي عليها فيه فله قراط ومن شهدها حتى تدفن فله قراطان. Kira wa mal kiratan. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever witness a janaiz and he prays, until he prays over that person, then he get 1 kirat. He get 1 kirat. And whoever witness it, meaning attends it, until he get buried at the graveyard, then he get 2 kirat. So they said, the companions of Allah alayhim, they said, what is al-kiratan? What are these 2 kirats? Ya Rasulullah, Messenger of Allah. He said, these kirata, they are equivalent to al-Jabalayn al-Zimayn. They're equivalent to two great mountains. Meaning the reward is equivalent to two great mountains. But riwayah, in another narration, in another version, أَصْغَرُهُمَا مِثْلَ أُحْدٍ. Meaning that both of these two qirats, they are like, they are smaller in terms of أَصْغَرُهُمَا, in the likes of Uhud, the mountain of Uhud. وَهَذَا فَضْلٌ عَظِيمٌ. The Shaykh said this is a tremendous virtue, no doubt. وَأَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. And this is a great reward. Now let's pay attention to how the Salaf, when he heard narrations like this, Abdullah ibn Umar, he said, وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ Abdullah ibn Umar رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمَا هَذَا الْحَدِيث. Look how he acted when he heard the hadith. It says, so when this hadith was conveyed to Abdullah ibn Umar رَضِيَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَنْهُمَا, when he heard this hadith, قال لقد فرطنا في قراريق كثيرة ثم صار بعد ذلك لا يرى جنازة إلا تبعها رضي الله عنه لأن هذه غنيمة. He said, indeed we have what? We have neglected. قال فرطنا في قرارات كثير. We have neglected many rewards. We have neglected many rewards. Meaning how? Many rewards. And to the point after that, it was not a janazah that he saw except that he followed it. Because in it contains a benefit. In it contains a reward. غنيمة إن يحصل الإنسان مثل جبلين عظيمين. What is this ghanima? That the person will achieve the likes and reward that is equivalent to two great mountains. في عمل يسير, regarding a light matter, just following the funeral procession of your brother. وهذا الأجر. And he said this is a reward. متى يقال? When would this person get this reward? Following the funeral procession, when will this person get this reward? He said, يقال في يوم هو أحوج ما يكون إليه. في يوم ليس عنده درهم ولا دينار ولا متاع ولا قرابة ولا زوجة تنفعه يوم القيامة إلا عمل صالح. He said what? He would get this reward on the day when he needed the most. On the day that we would not have any what? Dirham, any money, any currency. Where what? He would not have with him any dinar, nor any type of enjoyment or provision, mata', nor any relatives, qaraba, nor wives, zawja, tanfa'u yawma, will benefit him on that day, meaning on the day of judgment, except for righteous actions. إِذَا تَبَعَ جَنَازَةً حَتَّى يُصَلِّ عَلَيْهَا. So if he was one who followed the janazah until he prayed over it, ثُمَّ حَتَّى, and he went all the way up into the graveyard until when the person is placed in the grave, فَلَهُ كِرَاتَانِ, then he received these two rewards, which is the like of two tremendous mountains, or they are smaller in comparison to the mountain of Uhud. وَيَنْبَغِي لِمَنِ اتَّبَعَ الْجَنَازَةَ أَنْ يَكُونَ خَاشِعًا. Now he's going into the etiquettes of the person who followed the funeral procession. Now he's going into the etiquettes of the person who followed the funeral procession. أقول لكم هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulullah al-mabad. The Shaykh now is going into the etiquettes of how one behaved when following a funeral procession. He said it is befitting that whoever follows the funeral procession, that he be one who is in a state of humility. He's in a state of humility. He's in a state of fear. He's reflective on his how, on his inner abode. Where will he end up? On his destination. يقول لنفسه, and he says to himself, يا نفسي أنت مأوى كمأوى الهدى الذي فوق أعطارنا عن قريب أو بعيد. And he says to himself, oh my soul, oh my soul. He talks to it and addresses himself. Oh my soul, you are just like this individual. This will be your abode. This will be your place. This will be where you will end up at. Man, this will be like the one who what? Meaning the one who above our necks. That, he said, an qaribin, whether that thing, that death will be close or be far. It says it's possible that the death that you see now, you witnessing now, your time is coming. And he reminded himself of this travel, of this journey. وأشفق الناس عليه من يسلمه إلى حفظه ويدفنه ويتقلى عنه وأقرب الناس إليه. And he reminded himself of those individuals who are most closer to him from the people, and those who are most beloved to him from amongst the people, and those who are more fearful, أشفق الناس عليه, more grateful of the people upon him, and those who will send the salams upon him to the point where he's buried and he's laid down, and then once he's placed inside his grave, and once he is actually there, they leave, his loved ones leave, they retract from him. Then the people who carried them to the grave, they turn away from him. And then they turn away, and they leave you in this lahad. By yourself, along with your actions, in khayrin fa khayr. If you done good, you will get good. When sharrin fa shar. If you done evil, you will get evil. ولهذا قال العلماء يكره الإنسان ومتابع الجنازة أن يتحدث فيه شيء من أمور الدنيا أو أن يتبسم ويضحك وكذلك أيضا. He said, and for this reason, the scholars, they deem it makruh. They dislike for a person to follow a funeral procession and then he to start engaging in worldly talk and affairs of the dunya. He's at a funeral and all he can think about is the worldly talk, the world, the life of this world, or he's smiling or he's laughing. Likewise also, إذا وصلت إلى مقبرة, when you arrive at a grave, وجلست تنظر طفنها, and you sit down and you looking at you're looking at that grave or where the burial plot is at. He said, فينبغي أن تفكر في مقبرك وإنك سوف ينتظر دفنك كما انتظر دفن هذا الرجل. SubhanAllah. He said that what you need to be doing is befitting for you to reflect upon the outcome and the destination, meaning this will be your destination. This soon will be your destination, and that you're waiting for your burial just like you're waiting to bury this individual you're here for now. This is what the Salaf would do. When they go to the grave, they will witness, they will ponder and reflect upon themselves being in that grave. Not just the individual that was there in the grave. And sometimes the matter of janaiz, as the Shaykh is getting ready to say, the matter of janaiz is something that a lot of us, we just throw it off. We throw it off. It's not something that's prevalent on our mind. And you can tell that it's not prevalent on our mind because our actions, he speaks another tune. And he continued, he said, وإذا كان حولك الناس وحدثهم بما حدثهم به النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أصحابه حينما خرج في جنازة رجل من الأنصار فانتهى إلى القبر. And then when the black people, they gather around you, وحدثهم بما حدثه به النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, and they start to converse with that which the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم conversed with to his companions. When what? When he left out to go to a janazah of a man from amongst the Ansar, until when they reached the grave, and once they placed him in the lahad, فَجَلَسَ عَلَيْهِ الصَّلَاةُ وَالسَّلَامُ وَحَوْلُهُ وَأَصْحَابُهُ. So the Prophet ﷺ, he sat down and his companions sat around him. وَفِي يَدِهِ مُقْتَرَ عَيْدِي عُرُودٍ. And in the Prophet ﷺ hand was like a stick. The Prophet ﷺ, he had it in his hand like something like a stick and something in his hand. And the Prophet ﷺ was sitting down, and he told to his companions, عليه السلام, يفكر يحدد, he told them to reflect. ويحدد أصحابه بما يكون عند الاحتضار وعند الاحتضار وعند الدفن حتى يكون جامعا بين موعظة. He said what? He reflected and he conversed it with his companions according to that, to the one who is what? Those who are what? يكون عند الاحتضار وعند الدفن, meaning the one that's being placed inside his grave. حتى يكون جامعا بين موعظة بين تشييع جنازة, ولكن ليست هذه الموعظة كما يفعله بعض إخواننا الآن في بعض المحلات. He said this maw'idah, this exhortation that the Prophet ﷺ gave to his companions that were sitting around the grave is not like it was done from amongst some of our brothers nowadays. You will find them going to a graveyard and they giving a whole khutbah. You'll find them going to a graveyard and an individual will stand up, khatiban ya'id al-nas, he will stand up and give the people a maw'idah, an admonishment. لأن هذا ليس معروفا في عهد النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. This is something that was not known during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, ولا عهد أصحابه, nor during the time of his companions. لكن لما جلس النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ينتظر, however, when the Prophet ﷺ, he sat down and waited for the lahad to be filled up of the person who was dead, وجلس أصحابه حدثهم حديث مجالس بما ينفعهم بما يناسب. So the Prophet ﷺ spoke to his companions while they was in that waiting period. He spoke to them briefly about that which was appropriate to speak to him about. He didn't get up and give a whole khutbah. Something that we see now when we are at different places and seeing brothers getting buried. They would have an individual appointed to stand up to give a talk. And he would go in and live. And he would start talking and start talking. And he start making this and start making that. And if it's kuffars there, and if it's, non-believers there, he would go ahead to make the non-believer feel comfortable. And he'll start making some, this is how it is. And no distinction between that. This is not what the Prophet ﷺ did. This is not what he did. This is not what his companions with Allah Ta'ala alayhim did. There is a known principle. Indana. And when I say indana, I'm not saying indi. I'm not saying with me. When I say there's a known principle with us, I'm talking about the ulama. There's a known principle amongst the ulama that everything, whether statement or action, that the companions with Allah Ta'ala alayhim have not done, they have not done, then that thing is a bid'ah. Then that thing is a bid'ah. It's an innovation. Everything which the companions did not do, say, is a bid'ah. And what I mean by this, because the companions, they took their religion directly from who? Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So everything that they saw the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do, everything they heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do, every prohibition, every command, if they did not, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not say that thing, he did not see them do something and disapprove of that thing, then that thing cannot be done. I don't care if your grandfather did it. I don't care if your grandmother did it. I don't care if your cousin did it. I don't care if your uncle did it. I don't care if that's the custom of your people, they did it. What we care is Allah Jalla wa Ala said, فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهِ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ الرَّسُولَ أَطَاعَ اللَّهِ. Whoever obey the messenger, he obeys Allah. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبُكُمُ اللَّهِ. Whoever say, if you truly love Allah, then follow me. This is what we care. So the janazah has been laid down, the ahkam. The rules and regulations for janazah has been laid down by the Prophet ﷺ. Not by you, not by I, not by someone who came in the 21st century or the 20th, None of these centuries. Someone can come and tell you janazah is supposed to be done this way. Okay, you got to make it easy for the people. You're supposed to make our funeral homes look like churches for the Allah. La, this is not what we do. What we do is, we take it as a mo'idah. That brother, that sister, that child you see in that grave, that's you tomorrow. That's how you take it. That's you tomorrow. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ, he used to prohibit in the beginning his companions from visiting the graves. Then he saw that the mo'idah, saw that the admonishment that they can take from going to the graves, he allowed them to start going to the graves. And when he allowed them to start going to the graves, he told them what? Because they can reflect. One time, Aisha radiallahu anha, she got up one time because the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, he got out of his bed. He got out of his bed in the middle of the night. And he left, and she went to go follow him. And she found him going to the grave. He went to the Baqir. That's where the Messenger of Allah went to. He left in the middle of the night, and he went to the Baqir. And he started making dua for the Muslims. This is the right of your brother. And wallahi, we too busy. If it be a janazah going on, a brother can't go. Everybody busy. Honey, what we got to do today? We got to get new shoes. We got to get new clothes. We got to get the car fixed. We got to get this. We got to get that. You're going to be there next. And you can't come follow your brother. You can't come follow your sister. And you're ashamed. You have a vehicle. And you don't even go to the graveyards on your own. So you couldn't make it that day. How many of us go to the Baqir in the middle of the night? How many of us go to the graveyard to make dua in the middle of the night? How many of us? None. None. We Salafi. You're not following the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aisha said, I followed my husband. And where was he at? She found him at the Baqir. He was at the graveyard making dua for his brothers. That's what we need to be doing. Maybe our son won't make dua for us. Maybe our daughter won't make dua for us. But that brother that stood side by side, that sister that stood side by side with you in prayer, saying that you worship Allah Jalla wa Ala, will make dua for you. Will make dua for you. Will come to the grave. This is all right, ya ikhwa wa akhawat. Brothers and sisters, this is all right. This is all right. Can we practice this hadith? Can we practice this hadith and understand the rights that we have with one another so that we can start loving one another? This is the reason we're going over this hadith, so that we can implement it and start having that right. If I die, come over. Make dua for me. Ask Allah to forgive me. Ask Allah to have mercy upon me. As the Prophet ﷺ told the companions Make dua for your brother. Ask the Lord to have mercy, because right now he is being tried, he's being questioned. He is being tried right now by 2 angels. Make dua for him. I need that. I don't know about you, but I need it. I need it. So I'm selfish. Give me my right, huh? Give me my right. That's what we asking for, inshallah. And you know, inshallah ta'ala, we couldn't go all in detail over the whole thing by the mission of Allah, but we touched mainly the gist of al-haqq wa-thalith, and that is the right of following the funeral procession. And the Shaykh didn't get into the fact, he mentioned that according to the most of the scholars, it is wajib to follow the funeral procession, but it's a fardu kifaya. It's a fardu kifaya. Meaning some people do it, and everyone else is not blameworthy for it. And if no one do it from amongst the Muslims, then all the Muslims are blameworthy. But we already seen from the Salaf Abdullah ibn Umar, after he heard this hadith, there was no funeral that he saw except that he followed it. Even though it was fardu kifaya. Huh? Whatever we said, فَإِنْ أَصَبْتَ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ جَلَّ وَعَلَى وَإِنْ أَخْطَأْتُ فَمِنْ نَفْسِي وَمِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Whatever I said that was correct was from Allah Jalla wa'ala. Whatever I said that was correct is from Allah, who is from myself. Incorrect is from myself and the shaitan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Aqimus salat.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله